Live on a Tuesday edition of Cleveland Browns Daily. I am Merely Bo. He is the great Z in a lovely navy. Look at that. I do like that.
Thank you very much.
Very strong.
Thank you very much.
I like the way
it's good to be with
pops.
you.
It's
good to be with you.
Good to see you.
This is an Unreal brand.
Yeah, I don't know the brand, but I think that's a lovely
they did
top.
stuff with the Miz a while back, and
great Miz.
so he at one point was like, hey, they sent me these larges, and he's a strict medium, so he was like, you want them? I'm like, yeah. It's lovely. It's got a little Carolina blue in it.
I like
well.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
Pops
sure.
nicely.
Sure. So I got two things for you.
Yep.
First, I had got to I was able to see my buddy Alex at Windmill Golf Center again.
It's so funny you say that because I have to give – is he a good dude? Because
the best.
Okay, because the father-in-law, I said he wants a new driver. I'm like, you got to go to this guy Nathan goes to. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, Alex.
I think it's at Windmill, but
yes.
you got to get – this is the guy you got to go to.
Yeah, and
so
by
he
the
was
way,
all excited about it.
Well, he should be excited about it.
Yeah.
Actually, I have three things for you. Write down three things.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'll give you.
Oh,
I'm going to give you his. I'm going to give you his number.
We don't have to do that over the air, but I'll just give you the.
No. But right now,
Yeah.
just so you know, right now they are actually doing a club fitting kickoff special. So there are big sales going on right now at Windmill. So check them out. Call them up. Ask for Alex. Tell them you want the special that's going on right now for your fitting and go over there. So went over there. He basically was like, I've been tinkering with this 7-wood, Heavenwood, and all these things, and I'm trying to get it exactly. I want a club that I can fly 250 that with roll goes 270, but not like I don't want to hit it farther than that.
So like a driver for me.
No. So we
tried
got
to hit a 7-wood 250.
So we got it. I was in there and we tinkered around with a few things, and we ended up going with like a 5-wood that was a little bit higher lofted. And that ended up being like perfect for what I want. That's what I wanted. So yeah, we're
good job.
Very pleased. And again, Alex was the one who got that done. So that's number one. Number two, I have discovered a treat that is maybe the greatest treat that I've ever discovered in my life, and I want to share it with you.
Can we discuss that on the show?
I think so.
Your Tuesday treat? Can we discuss?
No, not the Tuesday treat. No.
Oh,
By the way,
I'm sorry.
That had been discovered for quite some time. That's a well-known.
Every once in a while, I like to do one just for you and me.
Thank you, appreciate it. No, that was good.
Go
That was good. I do love Tuesdays now.
Just for us.
It's my favorite day.
It's a great day. It's lovely.
Tacos.
You're almost to a first Friday. It's
practically.
Nothing. You're almost there.
Some are
At
calling
this point, we almost are. I mean, it's past 3 o'clock.
Some people say it's FFE, First Friday Eve. That's what they're saying.
All right, Tuesday. Go.
I got to meet a gentleman by the name of Mac Anderson, who is with Cleveland Kitchen. And if you go to the store, we talked about there's the number one kraut and kimchi
with the pickles
company and
all
pickles
that business,
and all of
the
that.
brines,
Yes.
they've got their vinegars.
They've got all these things.
Yep.
Good for your gut, by the way.
Gut
naturally
health.
fermented, good gut health. But they have something now that I just came across because of meeting Mac. And Mac's like 6'9". Played hoops, I think, at Miami.
That's a nice amount of
It's
height.
rare that I walk into a situation to meet somebody and I'm just like, whoa. Yeah. Like it's like me, then Gibbe, and then it's like another step.
Yeah.
Anyway, great dude. So him and his brothers actually founded this company. It's a Cleveland company. It's called Cleveland Kitchen. They have, and this is the treat, something that is called a hot honey pickled jalapeno. It's like maybe my favorite condiment that I've come across in a long time. That's not a sauce. Like something that I will throw this now. I throw these things on everything. I'll eat them. Like it's candy. I'll kick a spoon.
What a nice little treat that is.
Yeah, so it's a pickled jalapeno that's got like a hot honey, almost like coating to it. It's kind of in a little bit of a. It comes in
like
a
mucusy type.
A little bit.
That's the wrong word. You don't want.
It's not mucusy. No,
saucy.
I would call it
saucy. Could we say saucy?
Like a varnish.
What's the viscosity?
Like
of
a
this?
varnish.
I mean, if that's not the biggest turnoff ever.
Mucus to
mucus.
I tried to save it. I tried to save it but it didn't
not
work.
My
Once
words,
you drop mucus,
not words. What I'm saying, it's like a nice. It's almost like there's a little like a gel.
Well, you knew what I was talking about, though. That you knew what that.
But it's thin.
All right, a thinner gel. Sauce
of this hot honey. Just it's enough where it's just it's like Billy Raftery would say, with the kiss.
What a kiss
of hot honey on a jalapeno. So it's a little get of the sweet with the heat. I'm telling you right now. These things are outrageous. So that's number 2.
I wrote that down. That's number 2.
Yeah. And then I had a number 3, but now I've forgotten it.
Come on.
I forgot it.
What are you kidding? You made me write down. You said
I did.
Pen.
I did. So these were the initial 2, but there was a third, and I'm like, there's definitely a third. But now I forgot.
More somewhere.
It's going to come back to me.
It'll come back to you. Yeah.
It will come back to me. Don't worry. I'm going to
enjoy
blurt it out probably at some point. I'm just going to be like, hey!
Well, we're going to talk to Kirko, and Christian Kirksey going to join us in 10 minutes.
great Kirko.
Maybe we'll see if he likes jalapenos.
I mean, these are unbelievable.
How hot are they?
Not too hot. They're pickled jalapenos.
Okay.
Like I find that doesn't even register for me.
I know, but you
that's
have
a flavor.
You have a different heat tolerance.
Yeah, but
than I
pickled
do.
are way less than a. It's like a nacho jalapeno.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? But but better.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's a lot better. Oh, 3.
Okay. Let me grab my pen.
Yeah, you're going to want to write this down.
I am. I'm ready.
March to April 2025. Guess who is doing their first U.S. tour ever?
It's got to be LD, or you wouldn't have sent it up that way.
LD's done a U.S. tour. He's done
I
done
didn't know
comedy
that.
shows.
I didn't know that.
Well, he was like an evening with LD. He did like 5 of them.
All right. The other thing that you would be that excited about,
They're
I can't
coming,
say one of them.
They're coming to the U.S.
Oh, your boys.
Mind Enterprises. Hoff
Your
is
boys.
beside himself right now. The text
boys.
chain's on fire. Yes,
Your
they're
boys are coming.
They are coming. The boys are back in town.
They're back in
well, they're
town.
actually in town for the first time ever. Mind
What are the
Enterprises.
venues? Do you know the venues on this?
Again, Cleveland gets a little bit. It's unfortunate. So they will be in. This
Has
is where,
LD done a world tour?
not world, but he definitely
United
did like
States
these like
tour?
talking things last year. For
I'll be honest
closest-
with you. I was more excited if it was LD. I like these guys, but like LD would have been.
but that's like it's saying it's not
that-
even
that
fair.
would have
That's not
been
even
really-
fair.
Yeah.
By the way,
one other name.
my buddy Manto got Luca a Leon onesie that he was wearing today. That was fancy. It was unbelievable. So they will be March 18th. They'll be in Atlanta. Then they'll be in D.C., New York, Boston, Montreal, Toronto. Here's our sweet spot. March 26th, Detroit, Michigan. And then this is the one. They will be at El Club. And then on March 27th in Chicago, they will be at the Chop Shop. That is Miss K's birthday, and I could not think of a better way to celebrate
there's nothing
your
better.
birth than with the little
they
Mind
are.
Enterprise. Yeah, give us a
There
little
they are.
Mont Blanc if you've got that one
There
on
they
there
are.
ready. But there they are, yeah. Just
That's exciting.
oh boy, is it?
That's
get
very
when you get
exciting.
An OMG
Miss K will be
and
so excited.
20 exclamation points from the Hoff. You know it's serious.
He's ready. He's ready.
He's
to
ready.
Go.
Well, this gives us an opportunity, I think, to also speak with them and say, hey, why isn't, say, on here, Wisconsin,
Oh, the
turkey camp?
There's
Why
no
does it say
question.
that? Where's that date?
There's
Here we go.
There's no question that the Hoff. I feel like their rate is well within the Hoff's situation. I think
Yes.
that I don't think it would.
It wouldn't
I
even
don't
phase
think
them at
it'd
all.
blink at it. I know. I just think it. I think it's. They're very accessible. Is my
Yes,
guess.
so it's very exciting.
That's
right now.
exciting.
That's all I'm saying. So there's 3 things right
This is
there.
a little alarming.
Yeah.
The way this starts.
This
I don't
starts
just
as alarming. They got
folks
to
are
we got to fast forward to the beat. Drop the beat.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, there it is. This reminds me of Mazatlan.
Wait,
1997.
is this the one that had the language?
No, that's those are the Germans, Gibby.
The Germans.
I don't think so.
Yes, this is the one you're talking about is Johnny Depp.
Okay. Yeah, that was
from,
bad.
That's from Tree Camp. This is a
that was
Italo
very
disco.
bad. Hey, go ahead and play this. Go ahead and play this.
I don't even think
so
there are
we
words
put
in
it on
this.
the YouTube stream.
I think there's
and,
only words other
like,
than Mont Blanc.
just to see what it was, and 35 seconds in, there were 4 bombs.
That's
And I'm
you're
like,
using
well,
Google
that's-
Translate. We don't know the veracity
know.
of the translation.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
That's why I use the Q button back here in the studio.
There you go.
Kev, thank
Good job,
you.
Kev.
Be ready to dump this.
All right, no, you just
Be
haven't done
ready to
anything.
dump this.
Anyway, so
You
those
got it.
are my big 3 things here.
Those are
on
massive
a
things
Tuesday.
out of you.
They're pretty big.
Really
the hot honey
massive
jalapeno is a game changer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's
Yeah,
a game
it's a
changer.
life- it's improved your life.
Now your father-in-law is going to be.
Now he's set.
He's going to be
gonna
hitting
get
bombs.
his driver. He's going to be ready.
Tell him what I think he wants to go in there. What he wants to go in there thinking about is he wants the Newton, the fast motion shaft. That's by the way, the number 1 shaft on the senior tour for drivers.
All right.
Played by none other than John Daly, as well as the mechanic, Miguel Angel Jimenez.
That's my guy, dude.
How could he not?
Usually
know
for
that?
3 things, we get a bonus. Can I have a bonus?
Bonus 4.
We'll find out if it's worthy, but go ahead.
No, I'm asking for a bonus.
From us?
Yeah.
I thought you had the bonus.
No.
You had the bonus 4.
Give us the bonus.
Arsenal won.
Arsenal did win.
So he's very excited.
2-0.
about that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love
There's your bonus.
nil's such a good word for
Nil.
sport.
I
Yeah,
like it a lot.
2-0.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
And tennis, it's love.
That's the one where if you
I don't get it.
I
I don't love having 0.
Have you, with your children or like a young person, tried to explain tennis scoring?
No.
That's one of those, and it's a little similar to when the boys were very little and I was trying to explain the rules of baseball.
Yep.
Absurd. Just start saying it out loud how absurd the scoring is in this stuff.
I have an easy fix.
Well, tennis would be easy. 1, 2, 3. I mean, like,
Or just if you're going to go on 15s, if it's 15, 30, 45.
got to be 45. Randomly 40.
Why 40?
It's crazy. It's really crazy scoring, and it's the only thing that's done that way.
Yeah.
Like pickleball's not that way.
No.
Badminton's and all the other net sports, none of them are that way. Volleyball's not that way.
What a game.
Hey, Gibby.
You're good. I was just.
No,
on
I
the
thought you had something.
The YouTube people are kind of crushing you for your music choice.
If they don't like
well,
Mine Enterprises,
This
the
band
problem's
makes
not
me
with Mine
question
Enterprises.
anything Z ever recommends moving forward.
No, it's sad.
I don't know about that.
It's-
I mean, we
listen,
gave you a
then
golf
Are you questioning the Hoff?
I listened to 15 seconds a beat, and I was magically transported back to Mazatlan, Mexico, 1997 or 8, something in there.
And you know what you had in
And
your
It's a
hand?
little
foam
fuzzy.
coming
It's
out
all a
of
little
things.
hazy.
A little Campari?
I get it.
You had a Campari?
Well, that would be something. My buddy Rick Denzer buried up to his neck in the sand.
How's our boy Joey Alps
That's where
doing?
he woke up. We had a. I
That's
can't believe
where
this
he
all
woke
happened.
up.
We had a deep sea fishing expedition that we paid for that was
Bad
not
idea.
worth 8
Nope.
cents, and
can
we
tell you
went
that,
down to
yep.
the ports to go do it,
Yep.
and all we did was get sick on the thing. He didn't show up, so we're like going, my God, what's going on? We get off the thing. He was buried up to his neck on the beach in sand. Everything stolen. All of it.
Perfect.
With like 4 days left in Mexico. How are we getting him home? It was before 9/11, so it wasn't as hard as it would have been.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Oh, man.
Poor guy.
You hate to hear it.
Hate to see it.
Yeah.
To see it. We'll get into the Monday Nighters a little bit later. You had the Buccaneers in thrilling fashion, last minute drive by 6 as the Buccaneers beat the Texans 20-19. Nick Chubb with the go-ahead touchdown for the Texans earlier.
And I'm irked with the Texans because
Well, we don't have time because we have Kirko coming
Yeah,
up.
we
So
do.
you and I can talk
at least
about it
we
a little
split
bit later.
Last night. We split last night.
We did. And the Bolts are real.
Bolts
ones.
are very real.
They're very real. Whatever. Harbaugh's commitment to just odd things, though, is pretty interesting. I don't know if you picked up. I think you were asleep. Harbaugh. So they were in their powder blue pants. So they were powder blued in yellow.
Okay.
So Harbaugh had on a black crew neck that said Los Angeles Chargers on it, with a navy blue hat. Navy blue black is always a tough. That's really it's.
Yeah,
Don't
what
do it.
is it?
Don't do it.
I don't even know which is which.
I know. And then he had like navy blue khakis. Like the whole thing was a mess. But he can coach it. The guy can flat out coach it.
Yeah.
One way or another. All right, those are your hot topics today. We will break down the Monday night games coming up a little bit later on. That's presented by University Hospitals, official healthcare partner of your Cleveland Browns. Coming up next, former Browns linebacker and great friend of the program, Christian Kirksey, going to join us. We will get into that and be joined by him on the other side of this quick timeout. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Elk and Elk Serious Lawyers, serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO for a free case review. Elk and Elk is a proud partner of your Cleveland Browns. Time to head out on that Twisted Tea hotline presented by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, official sponsor of your Cleveland Browns. Keep it twisted, Cleveland. This is a treat. Great friend of the program. One of our all-time favorites. Browns linebacker, former Browns linebacker, Christian Kirksey joins us. Kirko, how you doing, buddy?
Yes.
Yo, man, what's up, man? I'm doing pretty good. How y'all doing?
We're
good, man.
We're hanging in.
We are hanging in.
Yeah.
So what you been up to? Take us inside the life of Kirko of late.
Man, look, man. I'm a father of 3.
Yes.
One of them is 5, 3, and my youngest Aaliyah should be 1 on the 25th. So, as you know, little
You're
kids
in
are a
it.
handful.
You are in it, brother.
You're in the mix.
You are in the.
Yeah.
That is. Yes.
Kirko,
yes.
you
But
got.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it though.
Good.
I'm loving it.
Do you
Zone
got him into
defense.
some? Are we playing some sports for the 5-year-old at least? I think you got to be into something, aren't you?
Yeah. So my oldest is Aria, and she's in soccer and dance. So she loves it. So I'm a dance dad right now.
I love that.
It's
I love.
awesome.
Well, you've got the natural
Yeah.
rhythm. People who may not remember, but tremendous drum player,
That's right.
the great Kirko.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the rhythm is in the family,
I love music.
of course.
Absolutely. My 3-year-old, he's the one that's gonna be involved in every sport. Like right now, he has this golf bug.
Yes.
And he always asks me to take him golf. So
That's awesome.
so that's exciting.
Sounds like
Oh,
that
that's
sounds
heaven.
like absolutely. That's the best
Beautiful.
right there. Yes.
You know what I did when the boys were young,
Oh, yeah.
Kirko, on that front is to get them always excited to keep golfing. First of all, really, if you just take them, that's enough. But then the second thing is I would always make sure there's like a Gatorade and like an M&M's or something like that waiting.
Snack.
So
Treat.
that little treat.
Oh
like,
yeah, you need it.
Yeah. So then they're like, oh, man, I get to hang out with Dad. We're going to golf. It's a beautiful place. And I get treats. Let's go. The more the merrier.
It's a beautiful
Man,
thing.
we went to the golf store today. Me and my son CJ, and I'm in there trying to test out new drivers, and I'm on the screen, and he's like, "Come on, Dad, you can swing better than that. Like, focus on the ball." I'm like, "Dude." I'm like, "You're 3 years old. Why are you talking to me like that?"
You're like, and listen. You want to swing? Golf is not an easy game. Golf can be a very humbling game. That's hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
you
bud.
have nobody to blame but yourself.
What is an NFL Sunday like for you now?
NFL Sunday for me, man. I go to church with the family, come back. I got NFL tickets, so I'm just tuning into all the games. It's just different watching now as a fan.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to watch as a fan because you're still like in football mode and you look at the plays differently than like your normal fan. So like I'm more so play watching, looking at the linebackers, looking at how they're playing the play. I'm talking to my wife as she's watching the game. I'm like, look, see, he got to run with that puller. I'm like, bro, drop me a zone, drop a little deeper. So I'm in football terminology. And it might get annoying because people are like, dude, I'm just trying to enjoy the game, hang out. But I'm looking at it and I'm being super technical. So
Well, that's what that's
my
what
Sunday
you
morning.
were for the
Yeah.
majority of your adulthood.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Yeah. But I tell you one thing, I have no desire to be on the fields. Like some of those hits I see now, I'm like, dude, we were crazy. My wife was like, yeah, that was you. That was you out there.
Yes, it was. Many 100-tackle seasons for the great Kirko. So last year you went on the
Yes,
New
sir.
Orleans trip for the Browns True Fan Travel Takeovers. What was that like for you? How easy was everything? How fun was it? Because I know this year you're going to be going to Vegas and be the ambassador for the trip to
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah, I had a good time. One thing that you do miss about playing on Sundays or just being in that environment is just hanging out with the fans and there's no fans like Brown fans. So you just back in that environment. We had a good time. I ended up bringing my uncle. He looks just like Kevin Mack, right? And K Mac was there with me in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And the first thing that people are coming up to me, I'm thinking that they're gonna say, "Oh, what's up, Kirko? How you doing?" They like, is that Kevin Mack? And I'm like, who, my uncle? My uncle was like, and my uncle was like, shoot, I guess I'll be Kevin Mack. So the whole trip we called him K2, and literally K Mack was like, dude, like this is actually kind of scary that they look so much alike. So we just had so much fun, just like interacting with the fans, and on a personal level, they're just like hanging out with me. And a lot of times that your fans don't really get that experience when you're actually playing, because during season it's all football. We don't really get a chance to interact. But now I have the free time, and they can like come up to me, talk to me, hang out, eat. It was a lot of fun, man. And it was New Orleans, and it's always a good time in New Orleans, so you can't beat it. So I'm looking forward to the Vegas one. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Your connection to the fan base was unbelievable.
Yeah, dog check.
That training camp when you would do dog check and they would yell at you and you'd bell back at them. I mean, how did that happen where you had this connective tissue with the fan base here that was just so special? It was really rare, and really special. How did that happen?
I don't know, man. I think that being a young kid and watching football, and being a fan of football, and being in that position and understanding, like, hey, when I was a little kid, I would hope that I can interact with a professional football player, and when people come in, they support you, win, lose, or draw. It's kind of in me to, want to, engage with them more. Like, I know they paid to come see us play, but at the same time, we role models for so many kids. A lot of people look up to us, and it's like, how cool would that be just to build a relationship with people that support you? So for me, I was just living a kid's dream, hanging out, having fun, playing football, and just buying into the whole experience. And Cleveland, they honestly, they showed me so much love when I first got drafted. Just doing community events, and I think that's how a lot of connections came through. Like doing community events with the Browns, I used to always do them and just make sure I made myself available. And I just had fun. Till this day, I got friends that are from Cleveland that I met, like when I was playing there. My wife, she's from Cleveland. My daughter was born in Cleveland. So it was just kind of like that connection that, just built over time. And I just had a lot of fun with it.
It's awesome. And yes,
yeah.
it is. And you were always, I remember doing, the Kevin Stefanski show, or back then, whatever the coach at the time was, those shows. You did it every year with us. You'd always come out and always were very gracious about it. And the fans, obviously, they see that. I think they respect the way, that you played. I think this is one of those cities that, if you got a good, tough linebacker who's willing to go in there and tackle, get 148 tackles, that's something these fans appreciate for sure, because it is such a good football town. That's all this city wants, is this team to be good.
Yeah. I tell the younger guys all the time that I may cross paths with, they go to Cleveland. I'm like, look, man, all Cleveland want is a tough football player, but knows how to turn it off when they're off the field and embrace the city. So like, I think with me, I had a good way of turning that switch on and off. So like, I know linebacker is a tough position. Linebacker is a position where you got to be physical. So I try to do that as much as I can on the field, but I know I can't be tough and physical off the field. So like, I had a good way of turning that off, and like, you know what? Let me show people who Kirko is as a person, and approachable, fun. I can interact with people, but then they can see that I can turn it on the field. So I think like anybody that comes to Cleveland, I always tell them, like, dude, they just want somebody that loves them as much as we love, or they love us. So I ended up just embracing that, and next thing you know, the city just loves me.
Yeah, it's
cool.
It's awesome. It's such a cool relationship. And, of course, Kirko going to be part of the True Fan Travel Vegas takeover. For more information or to join the Vegas trip or any of these 3 trips this year, Detroit, London, Vegas, truefantravel.com/Browns. There's a lot going on the Vegas trip. The F1 race is in town as
same
well.
Weekend. Yep.
So it's a crazy weekend out in Las Vegas, to say the least. Are you a frequent visitor to Las Vegas, Kirko? You go there often?
Hey, it's actually crazy. I just came back from
Did you?
Vegas this past weekend. I went to go see Canelo and Bud fight.
Oh, wow.
Dude, the atmosphere is crazy. The
I bet.
atmosphere was crazy. I think it was the most people ever in the Allegiant Stadium. So it was actually crazy. It was a good time.
Did you have that outcome? It was pretty easy for Bud.
So this is the thing. I had Bud winning.
Did you? Okay.
Because I know Canelo is great. You know, he's a legend of the sport. But then if you look at Bud, I mean, speed kills. You know, and I know a lot of people look at like football like, oh, you got to be the biggest and the strongest, and it's like, you don't really got to be the biggest and strongest. You just got to be fast, have leverage, and understand angles. And I feel like with Bud, I mean, you saw that his speed showed up really well, and you know, he was able to just get the right hits and the right punches. And you know, you can be strong and big, but you can't hit what you can't see. Mm-hmm. So I had Bud winning.
Good for you.
I didn't have him winning like he did. But it was definitely a good call.
Yes, it was. And it's a good call to go and join Kirko in Vegas. Browns True Fan Travel Vegas Takeover. To get more information or to join the Vegas trip or any of the 3 trips here, Detroit, London, Las Vegas.
I can tell you, London is sold out.
Oh,
I just got that information.
Oh, okay, very good.
So good news.
Vegas.
Cross it
Vegas,
off
Detroit.
the list.
Vegas
then.
and Detroit.
Yes.
Vegas and Detroit.
Y'all
TrueFanTravel.com/Browns.
You got to go to Vegas.
Go
it's
to
the
Vegas.
F1
Yes.
race. Everything's
Yeah,
going
And
to Vegas.
Here's what you get. Because it's right now you go and there aren't hotel rooms there, so
No.
you can't go do that on your own. But what you get is flight is included, invites to premium parties, hotel stay at Mandalay Bay, ticket to the Browns Raiders game, and obviously the opportunity to meet and hang out with Kirko. There's a big pregame party the night before. There's the all-inclusive tailgate before the game on Sunday. So Kirko, what are you looking forward to the most about this trip to Vegas?
Man, I'm looking forward to just being around fans, hanging out. Man, Vegas is always a good time. The energy is always up. I'm looking forward to being back just around the team and just celebrating the guys, man. The Browns, they forever a big part of my life. So I'm trying to just hang out, man. Y'all pull up. Make sure y'all get some tickets. Make sure y'all come to Vegas because it's gonna be a good time. It's always a good time with me,
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, man, it's great catching up with you, buddy. Thank you so much for your time, and look forward to seeing you out in Las Vegas.
All right, I appreciate y'all.
Kirko.
There he
Yes.
goes. And to get more information or to join the Vegas trip or any of the 2 remaining trips, as Gibby said, the London trip is sold out, Detroit and Vegas, truefantravel.com/Browns for more on that. Your Microsoft Minute coming up next. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. To win great pro football prizes, including Cleveland game tickets, even tickets to the biggest football game of the year. If football is your passion, win big is your game. Only from Ohio Lottery. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly. Go to your favorite Ohio Lottery retailer today. Get your hands on a new $5 scratch off. It's called Win Big. You can win $100K, and if you don't, you can enter to win game tickets and other prizes. Get yours today at your favorite Ohio Lottery retailer. And remember, play responsibly. Time now for that Microsoft Minute presented by Microsoft Surface Copilot Plus PC. Dr. Z with the final thoughts on the loss to the Ravens.
Obviously, again, an incredibly disappointing loss for the Cleveland Browns, and one that if you just looked at the final score, and yesterday I erroneously said we scored 10 points because we did score 17, but Dylan Gabriel threw the touchdown late to Dylan Sampson. So that's the most points we've scored, by the way, in the last 7. It was just incredibly disappointing. Positives, defensively, unbelievable against the run. Absolutely, that will be the worst statistical output for those two all season.
Yeah,
and probably I would guess that's the lowest statistical output that they've had together. Period. Since Derrick Henry became a Baltimore Raven, I would bet that is the lowest.
I think that's fair.
They
the
combined,
two of those combined, yeah.
They combined for 36 in that game. So that's great. Love to see that. In fact, Derrick Henry didn't have a game last year where he himself was at 36 or less. So, yes, that is the least amount that they've ever had in a uniform together. So that's very good. Myles Garrett continues to play at an unbelievable level. I thought Mason Graham in the run game in particular was very good in this one. Devin Bush is playing, honest to goodness, like a Pro Bowler at linebacker. So that's good. Offensively, what was good? Very little is unfortunately the answer. But I like what I saw from Quinshon Judkins. I like the ability to outbounce and outrace a nickel corner, a Pro Bowler, Marlon Humphrey to the side. We saw his ability to go through tackles and keep going, making some big runs. So I thought Quinshon Judkins was certainly a positive there. Special teams continues to be an issue, and unfortunately a big issue. And, really you go back to that blocked punt, that kind of changed the tide a little bit and at least gave the Ravens a spark, whereas they had none early in this game. Cornerback depth, big problem. It just is, and that's not going to be fixed. You don't get to just fix that in season. That doesn't happen, unfortunately. And so that is, I think, that's going to be tough to be the team that Jim Schwartz wants to be. And I know we get to hear from him on Thursdays, and I'm very curious kind of how he views that. But there's that. And then there's the other piece of it with the offensive line that is not run blocking at the level we're accustomed to. Look at that. Now that is painted on there. We're back. We're back. Oh, please. Oh, God, goodness gracious. Good Lord. It's a Tuesday.
Did you notice the coordination between the sneaker and the jacket?
Oh, it's been going on. It's been noticed by some. There are only a few bigger L's.
Jeez.
Should have seen what he was wearing in Baltimore. It's incredible. He had a nice little kind of like checkered pattern that had just a hint of this blue that was exactly the blue that was in his sneaker that day.
It's just a level.
It's just a level
of few
panache.
Can attain. Yes. Perhaps the late, great Robert Redford, may he rest in peace, could attain it. But it's a short list.
By the way, I enjoyed the story about Robert Redford where he was struggling to play a character. Like, this is kind of like early in his career. He was doing a show on Broadway, and he was struggling to understand this character, how he would act. And they said to him, it's like when you're trying to get a girl and she's not interested in you. They're like, do you know what that's like? And he was like, no.
I don't.
One word answer, no.
I've always been absurdly good looking and crazy charming.
Yeah.
Things have come very easy for me.
So no.
So I'm sorry.
I don't know
what that's like.
And then the offensive line, not run blocking at the level we want. And the reality is we haven't even seen the line as it was intended to be because Congo got hurt so early in the first game, which if you go back to it, remember he got hurt, knocked out for the whole season in the first game against Cincinnati a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Now, the irony is the injury that kept him out of Baltimore is not the injury that occurred in Cincinnati. It's an injury that occurred in practice to his elbow. But this is an offensive line that we've talked about. But one of the things that's a little scary to me is that this is an offensive line amongst the people who have played that only DeJuan Jones and Cornelius Lucas are under contract next year.
Mm-hmm.
Conklin is not. Petonio is not. Teller is not. Posick is not. So it's a line that's going to be in transition as well. And then you got the quarterback, Joe Flacco, under duress, but not his best game. I think he would be the first one to say that. And we're just struggling a little bit. We're going to get Jake Burns is going to come on at 4:00. I'd like to say that was 2:00, but he's going to come on at 4:00.
No, it's for you.
And go in the film room and tell us about some of the things. What did he do?
It was just good. It's everything you want. It's everything you want.
I'm glad. At least he's paying attention.
Yeah, that's right.
And tell us why this is. But the things that you like about this team, the rookie class, that's carried so far. That's two for 2 in 2 games. But we've got to get it going on offense. Mm-hmm. And the reality is, teams that can score, even if they lose, like, it's just more fun. Mm-hmm. And right now we're just not scoring, and we're turning the football over too much. So when you go back and went through that run of 9 games with 2 or more giveaways, 9 games where we've lost a turnover battle, you just can't win that way. And this is a team that has to win in a very specific way. A very specific way. Clean football, good defense, running the ball, some shot plays off of play action, and now this is a Green Bay defense that is not allowing explosives at a level through 2 games that we have not seen. I think I thought I saw since like that dominant Ravens team of the early 2000s. It's only through 2 weeks, but nonetheless. So, yeah, that was not an enjoyable game, and yet, you really had the opportunity to be right there.
It's one of those. It was. I mean, it's so competitive in the first half, but then once it
blew open, it blew open.
Yeah, once it started,
and it really was. We had an opportunity to get the ball back, still with it tight. But Lamar made one of those plays that only he makes, where he eludes 5 people, runs around, and then he picks up a first down on that 3rd and long to Zay Flowers. Then from there, it was off to the races. But I mean, he had good goal line stand. A lot of things to like about the defensive side of the ball. Your rookies on offense look good still, and other than that, there's a lot that needs to be improved.
Yeah, there is, and this is obviously a very brutal matchup with this Green Bay team, and to just kind of buttress your point about how they've been defensively. So they have played, 2 teams that were pretty dang good offensively last year in Detroit and Washington. In game 1 against Detroit, Goff went 31 of 39, so high completion, but everything was in front of him.
Yep.
It was just for 225. He had a touchdown and a pick. This is where it gets pretty crazy about Washington's defense. Detroit team rushing, 22 for 46.
Yep.
The next week they play the Commies, one of the most high-flying offenses you're going to find in the league. They held Jaden Daniels to 24 of 42 for 200. Team rushing for Washington, 19 for 51. Man, that's getting after it. That's getting after it defensively. So
yes.
That's what's coming in here on Sunday, and that was your Microsoft Minute presented by Microsoft and the Microsoft Surface Copilot Plus PC. Coming up next, we will get into the Monday Night Football games we saw last night, go around the sports world as well. You'll listen to Cleveland Browns Daily presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Browns fans, ready to level up your game? Visit the Doghouse by NJM Insurance on Dog Pound Drive. Madden tournaments, alumni appearances, seat upgrades. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM, proud partner of your Cleveland Browns. All right, you had there's several things that I want to get to the Monday Night Football games last night, but we had to get to Kirko, and you had beef with the Texans.
Yeah, a couple of things. Number one,
I have my pen.
Well, the Bucs let them score. That was my initial impression watching that they did not try to tackle Nicholas Jamal Chubb.
And I was telling you before we went on air that that seemed like that was understood by the Tampa Bay media, that they were like, yeah, we let them, yeah.
But it's weird. It wasn't, and maybe I missed it, but I didn't hear the broadcasters didn't act like that was even remotely a possibility.
I think that's a fair
And that was the big boys. That was Buck and Aikman.
Buck and Aikman, who were great.
Great, but I didn't hear anything in that. The way I watched it, prior to that run, he had 11 carries for 18 yards and was basically getting hit as soon as he had the ball and looked like he couldn't get going. And on that one, it was basically like they said,
here he goes.
And they kind of made it look enough like it. But two things. Number one, they should have been coached in that situation, I think, to not score.
Yeah.
I would have gone down at the 11-yard line.
13-12.
Yep, go down at the 11-yard line, and then Tampa Bay doesn't get the ball back.
Right.
So Tampa Bay wisely let them score because that was the only way to get the ball back.
Yep.
And Bake, after a game that was, kind of up and down again, came through. They had him dead to rights on that blitz.
Fourth and forever.
4th and 10. They had him on the blitz. They had him, and the guy took a little bit too wide of an angle. If he comes straight at him, it's game over. Bake gets away. My favorite Bake play in the game was the one where he grabbed his leg and as though it had exploded and then got up and was 100% healed to talk trash, which was
Gardner Robinson got right in his face. He was totally fine.
Unbelievable. Texans, I'll tell you this, C.J. Stroud he's a tough watch. He doesn't look comfortable. His ball placement is bad.
The stretch inside the 5-yard line where they went for it on 4th down, the throw on 3rd down, the throw on 4th were just – the 4th down throw gave no chance at all, and we didn't even put it in the field to play. So I don't know what he was thinking on that. I do think that talking to a buddy of mine down there who covers that team, that there is real concern that the damage done with the offensive line play from last year, and the offensive line's bad again this year, that he's seeing ghosts a little bit. And it's funny, I was talking to somebody in the building that before you came into the studio, and we were talking about this with quarterbacks and just how hard it is and how delicate that process can be and how sometimes they get broken and can't get back, and it's hard to make sense of it. And I don't know if he's that, but he had one of the great rookie seasons really in the history of the sport. And last year was a struggle bus, and this year so far it's a struggle bus. So, I don't know. They don't run it really at all.
No,
so that's not helping.
That kid Woody Marks has a little juice to him. You saw it on kind of that catcher.
So they don't run it.
They
don't protect it really well. Just look at the ground attack that Tampa had last night in comparison with Bucky Irvin and Rashad White. 17 for 71 for Irvin. Rashad White had 10 for 65.
27 for 136.
Massive, just with those two guys alone. And the Texans aren't getting any of that. You mentioned Chubb had the 25-yard run. Other than that, it's 11 carries for, what is that, 18?
Yeah.
That ain't it. That ain't it. So that makes it tough, too. They are 0-2. Houston is 0-2. You're a smart guy. Let's play a little game called Guess the Stats. G-Man, you want to participate? Gibbe? G-Man, do you want to participate?
I like guessing stats.
G-Man's really excited to guess the stats.
G-Man, that'll be good.
All right. What percentage of teams that start 0-2 since 1990 made the playoffs?
15.6%.
15.6? Gibbe?
8.5.
You guys are pretty close. 12. 12% of the teams that are 0-2 make the playoffs. Now, here's what's even crazier. That even when the NFL expanded to a 7th team making the playoffs, that number stayed at 12. 4 and, what was it? What did I write? I got this morning. 5 and 41. 5 out of the 41 teams that have started 0-2 have made the postseason since 2000. And it's a 17-game season or a 16-game season. 2 of them won the Super Bowl. I can't remember which 2 it was.
One was the Baltimore Ravens last year. They were 0-2.
Yeah,
and they made it.
Yeah, but just 5 out of
the
41
Bengals,
times.
I want to say 3 years ago, were 0-2 and made it.
That could have been. That might be the But it's that few. It's that rare that if you go 0-2, it's very tough to dig out of. All right, a couple of things. The Chargers are really good. That goes without saying. They're going to be a problem. They may ascend into that.
I think
Buffalo.
So. I've been calling for it for years.
I know you have. You've been wanting it for like 4 years with Herbert, but it looks like they're finally there. there's really no holes on their operation right now. And they're not getting anything out of Murray and Hampton right now, nothing.
Nothing.
Zero. But it's fine because they're still winning games and so forth. Okay, 2 things from the broadcast. Do you think that it is possible that Chris Fowler does not know who John Cena is?
So what is the context for this?
So he's promoting the first ever the first ever ESPN WWE venture, and it's Cena and Lesnar.
Yep.
Apparently it's this Saturday or something.
WrestlePalooza.
Whatever this is.
Yep.
So this is coming up, and he's reading the promo for it.
Okay.
And he pronounces John Cena's name
Chena?
Senna.
Senna? John
Like
Senna?
Like the F1
Like
deceased.
Ayrton Senna?
Like him.
Wow.
Senna.
Then no. He
So-
has no idea who he is, which is
How is that possible?
stupefying. The guy's
Even if he's in like the tennis, I know he's like in the tennis, college football world. Like,
yeah, but he's in like
Cena's not
Pacemaker.
the,
He's a movie star.
He's not The Rock, but he's.
He's The
I don't
Rock
know.
light.
I just feel like you wouldn't. I just was floored that he didn't know how to pronounce John
that's-
Cena's name. It really blew my mind. I just thought like,
Then no.
because I'm not, but I just feel like that if you're in pop culture at all, that you would know how to pronounce that name.
I'm pulling it up.
So he said.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Go ahead.
He's just so locked in on foot races and lightning strikes and
Being average at play-by-play.
the speedy freshman.
John
I
Cena.
have it on this side. You guys want it.
No, he has
John
no
Cena.
clue.
So he doesn't
That
know.
is stunning. He's sick.
It's crazy.
though.
Yeah, and
we'll give him.
he
Kev,
was.
you
He's
have
under
it?
the weather. Yeah, we
I
just played.
have pulled
Well,
up a Twitter thing if you guys wanted to hear it a little bit closer over the air.
Yeah, go ahead.
ESPN Premium Live event, WWE WrestlePalooza from Indianapolis. John Cena against Brock Lesnar in the main event. Lewis, your thoughts on Cena versus Lesnar?
Cena.
You're going to break that down for us?
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
you mispronounced it twice.
Twice, Cena.
So no, he does not know.
He did, actually, I think there was a third
That
time
man
too.
is-
He went back to Cena.
He looks like some of the dudes, that we saw down the field in pregame. I was like, is that
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar out there in jersey 44?
So that
That's Saturday.
That
and,
is-
and Fowler's the ultimate professional. Like he's incredible at college football, and he can do. Obviously, he was really under the weather last night. That was
I
abundantly
think-
clear right away. So I don't know if he was just foggy, but the way
No, he
I just
mispronounced it
think he
twice.
just doesn't know.
He doesn't know who he is.
Which seems almost
I would
impossible. You'd
also-
almost have to live in another, like in Burma.
I
like
don't-
Peterman. I don't know how you would do it.
I just think in a situation like that where it's that important, either he should have said, "Hey, how do I say this?" or it should have been John Cena, and then it should have been like SEE dash.
Here's what makes this all so
Cena.
fascinating, though.
John
There's
Cena.
not a production assistant or a producer of a live sporting event on the planet who would believe that somebody doesn't know who that is.
Correct. But that's why it's
So
it's
nobody
on
would
him
think to do it
say,
phonetically.
Hey,
And
hey,
and he's probably like, well, this isn't a hard pronunciation. Like,
I feel like CENA could be
Crazy.
though. You could go so many ways.
I guess.
How
But, like,
often is C?
It's a rare. It's a very odd. It's a rare. You don't see that name a lot, but
Yeah.
it just anyway. So
John Cena. Could have done it like Santino Marella.
So that happened. Then
That's
the other
wild.
thing that was really went crazy viral at the start of this game was Peter Schrager's report of about Tom Brady.
Yeah,
and in the
because it's
report,
outrageous.
Well, hold on. Let me set it up. So in the report, Schrager is saying how they talked to Chip Kelly, and Chip Kelly is saying, hey, I talk to Tom Brady 3 or 4 times a week.
That's right.
And we talk about game plan and where
right.
and schematics and all of this stuff. And then ESPN takes a shot of Brady in the coach's booth with a headset, randomly in a suit, by the way. Like he's in a suit, like Reservoir Dogs. Black suit, black tie, white shirt.
yeah.
Like,
I
what
saw
is going on? And then everybody went nuts about it because this is crazy. And we know because we see them they come in here and they do the network meetings with our guys. So he's got Cowboys, Bears, Sunday. The Raiders play the Bears a week from Sunday.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It just gives them an opportunity to get a feel for coaches, gets an opportunity to feel how they feel
Yes.
about people on their team, potential free agents for the Raiders, game plans, how they want to attack certain things, and then you're going to get that information to your operation. I think it's wild. I think it is.
I think the
You just should
NFL.
be-
I think
should
the
not
NFL,
be able to broadcast.
pick one.
Pick one.
Do you want to be the owner and de facto like vice president in charge of football with the Las Vegas Raiders, or do you want to be like the voice and face of Fox Sports? You have a choice. You have one or the other.
Like Irsay, who is now was his daughter, right?
Yeah.
She's on the sideline with headsets on. Do you think that any team would allow them and her into production meetings with
No,
other teams?
of course not.
Jerry Jones is going to get to go do production meetings with the Cowboys' upcoming opponents?
No,
No.
it's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, and it's as I'm watching them play last night, and I'm thinking of that situation, I'm thinking to myself, if I were a player, and I'm thinking about no state tax, it's a fun place to live, like there's no reason that if they get the right coaching and just a couple of good things going their way, that is not going to be a massive destination. And now they got this influx of cash because they got the money from the venture capital, and they got so that thing is a sleeping giant. I think Vegas. I think that thing's ready to burst.
So
with the right people.
What's interesting, too, and this is a tweet from 26 minutes ago from Warren Sharps. In the last 48 hours, the NFL One deleted a tweet they sent from the NFL's social saying Tom Brady works closely with Chip Kelly to put together game plans. Now, Pete Carroll's come out and said that he does nothing with game plans.
Who are you going to believe?
Well, I mean, they both...
Chip Kelly legit said it to Schrager. Come on.
Of course. And 2, filed a copyright claim to take down all video showing the Eagles were false starting on multiple tush pushes.
Now, there's that. We'll have to get into that a little bit later on. Jake Burns going to join us coming up next. You'll listen to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Add more fun to your fandom with the Ballybet Sportsbook app. Download today. Get 50 back in bonus bets. You place the first wager of 10 or more. Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Time to head out on that Twisted Tea hotline presented by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, official sponsor of your Cleveland Browns. Keep it twisted, Cleveland. He's a great friend of the program. Jake Burns, Browns Films Breakdown at Browns Film BDN on Twitter. Jake, thanks so much. We appreciate you giving us the time. Let's see let me think how to phrase this the right way. What isn't working the most with this offense right now?
I think it's controlling the line of scrimmage. I mean, I think schematically it is simple to see that they're doing a lot of what Kevin has preferred and really a lot of what they have tried to deploy over the majority of his years leading the offense. I don't think it's anything that's foreign to the group out there trying to perform. I just think the line of scrimmage has been a failure over the first 2 weeks. And I expect a veteran group will have a chance to rectify this and get themselves in a better place. But I just, for lack of a better way to put it, I feel like teams between the Ravens and Bengals have done a better job condensing their run schemes, keeping lanes tight, keeping everything narrowed in, and then really hemming in the run game so that there's not an alley to pop through. And that obviously creates some issues. And then in the pass game, we can really dig into those details. But I thought they were fine in week 1. Week 2 was more Baltimore did a great job putting together a game plan that stressed the Browns' pass protection. So they were bringing an extra guy from depth often and creating an issue in their pass protection between the running back and the tackle away from the slide that the offensive line would deploy to get where they wanted to go. So that created some issues, and the Ravens did a really good job handling the lower portion, the intermediate 5 to 10 range of the field that the Browns with Joe Flacco like to attack. So the sample size isn't big enough yet, but I think through 2 games we can feel they're not running it well enough. And if you're not running it well enough within what Kevin likes to do, you get into a world where you're dropping Joe Flacco and whoever else, whether it's Dylan Gabriel in the future, whatever, back 45 to 50 times a game, and that's just not a healthy place to live.
So, Jake, and let's dive into a couple of things. So 2 coverages we're seeing. It's a 2-week sample, so it obviously could have something to do with, the opponents that we're facing, but it's a 2-week sample. 2 coverages we are seeing more than other teams in the NFL, relatively speaking. We're top 5 in cover 1 against, and we're top 5 in cover 6 against. And our EPA per play against cover 1 is, unfortunately, 31st in the NFL. Why are we seeing those 2 coverage families in particular more than maybe anybody else in the league? Let's start with that, and then I'll get into why we're struggling against them.
Yeah, it's a great question, and obviously a great data point. I think the cover 1 stuff is probably a little dependent on who they've played so far. Cincinnati with Al Golden, who comes in, their new defensive coordinator. Previously in their setup, they were not as dense in man coverage preferences, but what Al likes to do is play man, so there was an uptick there. They're going to be challenging their team to play more man throughout the year with some of the draft picks they've invested in that secondary. And then the Ravens have kind of always done that, and I give the Ravens some credit for diversity between how they approach, especially their third down stuff is really unpredictable. So I'm not saying there's not a trend in that, but I am definitely saying those 2 teams lean into that a little bit more, and I expect Cincinnati to be leaning into it more this year than ever with going away from Lou Anarumo to Golden. But I think what you have is a real understanding that the Browns wide receivers don't love to live in a physical world. And what I mean by that is not necessarily being pressed at the line of scrimmage, but being able to get to the top of your route and then create that physicality-based separation, a slight nudge, being able to body somebody at the point of the first break before you get to where you want to go. They haven't been winning that so far. There were times they won that battle last year, some great examples of it in Denver and first Ravens game last year. They have done it. They've been able to do it. They're just not doing it consistently enough right now. Thought Cedric Tillman was really good in week 1. I thought the Ravens got after him a little bit here in week 2. So to your point about cover 6, which is for folks listening, a quarter, half setup, which is what you're trying to do is half the field you're playing quarters, half the field you're playing cover 2. The premise here, guys, and what I think teams are trying to do is they understand the Browns under Kevin Stefanski prefer a West Coast staple offense, and they want to get the football out as quickly and efficiently, under 2.5 to 3 seconds as possible. How do you kind of bottle that up? Well, you put a down corner into the short side of the field in cover 6, and create some confusion at the point of quarterback decision, and then man coverage is all about creating close, tight coverage to reduce the impact of what you can do quickly, make you sit in the pocket. You guys got to get downfield. They got to create separation. That's what teams are doing. They know the Browns want to live in quick game right now, and they're challenging them. Can Kevin and the offensive group come up with some ways to max protect, to give the quarterback more time in the pocket, to create some deception in the run game play action, to create, instead of 2.5 seconds to throw, can you get to 3.5? Because that's where you find chunk plays. And I think teams know that they're not comfortable doing that right now. That's why they want to put a little more zone coverage that floods the shallow portions of the field. And then obviously as well, put man coverage into place to challenge you, to say, beat us. We're going to put a guy at the low hole. The linebacker is going to read your eyes. We're going to put a guy in the deep middle. Can your guys create separation off double breaks? And do you get enough time to create that separation in the pocket? And right now, through 2 weeks, this could obviously change, although Sunday presents a very challenging front to go against. They are going to have to prove they can do that, or teams are not going to stop doing it.
It's interesting that it seems to be something about going back to that West Coast with the cover 6. We're seeing it more than double. And again, it's not really necessarily in the sweet spot for the Ravens to play as much cover 6 as they did. Cincinnati did a lot against us, and then they also did a lot against Jacksonville last week. So maybe that's kind of the mix that Al Golden's going with. But that's an interesting kind of thing to see. The other thing that's kind of, when I've watching it on tape anecdotally, and then it was confirmed by the data I looked at, is we're seeing, and you would think with a veteran quarterback, you're not going to see maybe as much middle of the field disguise, or maybe you are doing it. Typically, I think of like a younger quarterback, you're trying to fool them, but teams are showing us a lot of 2 high safeties and then rotating into the 1, kind of daring us to run, against that 2 high safety look, changing it down into the 1, and then as your point, we're not getting anything going on the line of scrimmage. Why are we struggling so much in the run game in particular? I know you kind of just generally said opening, we're not controlling the line of scrimmage, but we're getting a lot of those looks where teams are going from 2 high safeties, maybe we can do a run, they drop that safety in, and we're not having success running the football.
Yeah, not to be oversimplification on this stuff, but you really got to be harmonious between your guys in the box. And I think what's happening to me watching it is the front side displacement, usually done either through zone or gap concepts. You're taking that defensive tackle to the play side. You really need to displace him and move him off of his place. Move him back to the backside or drive him 5 yards downfield would be great, and then separate, detach from that double team and get 2 linebackers. They're not consistently enough doing these 2 things. Moving the initial front side to create run lanes, because what teams are trying to do with anything, guys, is they're trying to condense everything down from the front side and the back side. So if you're running wide zone, that front side edge player, the force defender, is trying to constrict everything inside. And what teams want to do now is everybody on the back side is shut the door. You're down the line, you're efficiently moving, and you're shutting the door. Well, if you don't take care of the front side, then you can't really open up the necessary lane to go where you want to go. That's the problem. Yep. Then everything in that you try to work, that bend or all the way back to the backside course, and you can't because everything's not coming off the way you need to come off. In gap schemes, it's blocked down, and you're usually pulling a backside guard, or sometimes the center will get involved, or you'll take a tight end, a Y counter, and you'll pull a guard to kick out and a tight end up and through. We're trying to get better numbers to the play side. Well, what's going on again is they're not handling things on the front side well enough, displacing or being the more physical person at the point of attack to move that defensive end coming down, or move the Mike linebacker filling the gap to get them out of the way. I mean, it's a very simple thing, but as I've broken these games down, I spend like an hour plus and I try to talk through it with everybody. Like, they're just at the point that they want to run the football. Hey, this concept is designed to go B gap to C gap. If they're filling those lanes and beating you up physically at those spots, you can't run there. And that's the problem. Even though they're sitting in 2 high, which is, again, a very popular league trend, you have to be able to beat it. And I know Tommy Rees has talked about this publicly last week, and he'll probably do it again this week. You got to punish those, and really the only way you can punish them is by rooting guys out of the lanes you want to run to. And right now they're not getting there. I don't think schematically it's an issue. I don't think as far as a priority for what they're trying to do, there's an issue. I think they just got to win those battles. Sometimes you watch Sunday football, both teams are paid, and right now those other defensive lines are winning, and the linebackers. And again, Baltimore's a very good defense. Roquan Smith was exceptional in that game. That's a very, very good defense. The Bengals have committed serious assets and talent to their defense. Those are good defenses, but the sorry point of the whole thing is, like, Guess what the next 4 defenses are? Pretty good too.
Yeah.
So you better start winning more of those point of attack issues, and then you can create some run lanes, because I know you guys watch it like I did. Quinshon can really run. He's got great contact balance. He can really process it out. And I think Sampson is going to get more of those sort of familiar gap scheme-based opportunities he had at Tennessee. And I thought Jerome had a much better game in week 2 than week 1. So it's there for the taking, but it's really a stick your chest out type of thing where you got to be more physical. They got to displace people at the line of scrimmage.
Jake, obviously we spent a great deal of time about the things that we're struggling with. What are some things, where are there some wins that we've had through the first couple of weeks offensively? Obviously the game against Cincinnati, there were 6 things that happened that had nothing to do with scheme that cost you that one. But where are there some things that we are having success offensively? And what would you like to see more of?
I mean, Harold Fannin's been phenomenal. I really like their usage, and I'm not just saying that because you want to say it and you want to believe. He's really good, and you thought he could be. Does it translate, the blocking translate over from the MAC level? Does it all work? It's pretty seamless, and I'm really enjoying their uptick. They were a 73% 11 personnel team last year. They're going into this week. They're above 50%. They're at the top of the NFL. That's a place they like to be. And Harold and David play really well off each other in terms of what they can do in the run game and blocking, and what they can do with those guys in the pass game. So the 12 personnel stuff has been good. I thought they had a better running game effort from it last week. We'll see if it upticks. What I am interested in, guys, is that Micah Parsons has really not been a base personnel unit player for the Packers. Now, because of the injuries or what, he might start doing that, but he has not been that guy for them. In those 3 linebacker sets, we usually try to match 12 personnel with 3 backers, that traditional, 3 backers, 4 DB stuff. The Browns like to live in 12. Does that mean they get a little less of him on the field? We'll see. Remains to be seen. Maybe the Packers just throw it out the window and say, we'll play our nickel look to this and get him on the field. But like that stuff being diverse from 12, where you can be less dependent on, we have to throw from 11 and we have to run from 12 and 13, and you can be multifaceted, I think works well for them. And I do think, again, it's 2 games, so it's hard to really jump to anything significant. But I like what Jerry and I like what Cedric have been able to do in the pass game. More week 1 than week 2, but there are still clear examples of those guys getting open.
Yep.
And I do believe that this offense is going to be. I know we're all frustrated, but there are going to be better moments for this group throughout the season. They are playing really good defenses, and there are not 32 of those, or well, 31 of those, I promise, right? So I think they're doing fine. I think the early stuff, the shallow portions of the field, will continue to be something defensive stress. And as they do it, what I am fascinated with is, can they parlay that into some overzealous defenses in the 2nd and 3rd levels and start pushing that thing downfield, because they really need to. So what I'm paying close attention to is how creatively they can get to the 20-yard air throws, because they need to start finding some of those pretty aggressively. So again, it's not like, you only score 17, the first week or whatever, and then you only score 16, then 17. It's hard to be like, well, they're doing all these things well. They're not really, but to me, there's a breadcrumb trail for where it's going.
Yep.
And I think if they can get a little more run game efficiency, you can start to see the lid get lifted a little bit in a way that we all can take a deep breath and see where the vision goes with how they're trying to get the football downfield.
All right, we got to get that offense going, but defensively, I mean, you take that second half against the Bengals, the first half against the Ravens, that is it's a tour de force performance. 88 total yards, the reigning number 1 passing offense and the number 1 rushing offense in there. This defensive line, let's talk front 7, because it's been as good as I think you could hope to have, this defensive line. And then Swester, Devin Bush is playing at, I think, a very high level right now as well. What have you seen from this front 7? And a lot of people are curious about Mason Graham, because a lot of what he does maybe at least now is not showing up in the stat sheet, but got a big tackle for loss last week. So just kind of walk us through the front 7 and highlight maybe the 2 young guys and anybody else you want to single out.
Yeah, you nailed it with Mason. I tried to write on that today. Like I'm one guy behind a computer screen, but I think defensive tackle is the hardest transitional position, right there with tight end, and you could obviously outside of quarterback. So defensive tackle, you go from being the bully ball in your level of college football, playing maybe a couple good guards a season, to, you got to face these dump truck NFL guards who can really move, the Joel Batonios of the world, week in and week out. Now they're bringing a tackle down on top of me. They're bringing the center on top of me. He had some welcome to the NFL moments in week 1. Amarius Mims got after him a little bit on down blocks, and you could see he's like, okay, this is going to be a little different than maybe what the preseason was giving me. But he has settled in. Mason has done a nice job. He's created 4 stop tackles And those plays are plays that constitute a failure for the offense. I think he's doing a nice job reading processing schemes and understanding where things are moving at this level, especially facing two really good quarterbacks right out of the gate that you have to obviously try to ramp up your pass stuff as well. So a lot to learn for him. I think the hand stuff is going to get, but he's got to get better at getting hands off of him, swipe, club, swim, different variations of moves. But as far as holding his own in the power and flashing the speed, like you said there, with that TFL early in the game, like he can do it. It's showing. And what I want to see from rookies is show me how you're going to be good at some point. Give me flashes, and you can see it, especially that pressure that almost led to the safety against the Bengals where he hit a quick swipe move and one inside, and then Isaiah McGuire was able to clean it up. It's gonna happen for him. You can see it starting to work. Otherwise, Malik Collins is playing great football. They brought him in to be a pass rusher, and he's got it all. Like him working with Mason and working the technical stuff. I know they spent time together in the off season. So good. Malik has been really good, and they wanted a guy who was a vertical disruptor next to Mason to help bring the pressure along on the inside. He's been phenomenal. Isaiah McGuire is just, he plays like his hair's on fire. He's so effort-based, and that's what they need opposite Miles, who creates so much havoc. You need somebody ready to clean up the chaos Miles creates. So he's doing really well. He's coming along as far as the technical stuff, but that'll come for him. I think he's getting more used to it, getting some more moves into his bank, and I think he's starting to figure out how to play the length game that he has. And then, like I said, he's just all effort and a great athlete. It's clicking, and then Miles is peak of his powers, transformer stuff still happening there. So that's nothing new to anybody. But like, I think again, when you mix those guys, you get Shelby rotating in, you get Aiden's nonstop effort rotating in too, which was fun to watch in week 2. You got a good group, and Alex Wright's a wild card who's got inside out versatility. Yeah, you talked about the linebackers, and I'll shut up. I'm long-winded here, but like Carson is just a joy to watch. I mean, for like what JOK was, and we hope he returns to come back and be, as far as I said, JOK plays linebacker like a running back. He'll make you miss in a phone booth and blow up a scheme that he had no reason doing. He makes offensive linemen so frustrated. Carson's just in the right place every snap. He's got the right leverage. He's got the right read. You really can't fool him. And like, if those two get healthy, well, one of them's healthy. If the other one gets healthy to play with him, oh my goodness, because it's just a really fun set of skills there. And to Devin Bush's credit, he's capitalizing on this opportunity, playing really instinctual, leverage-based football, blowing up run game stuff by creating with anticipation, doing a nice job. And then to his credit, too, getting into pass pro and getting into his drops really quickly. He almost had that interception efficiently there in the end zone that would have really swung that. I know he's bummed about missing it, but he's been really clean, man, where he's supposed to be. And like Tarver talked about this, the front creates the disruption, and your linebackers are there to clean it up. And to Tarver's credit, he's really getting the most out of his guys. And I expect Mahmoud Diabate to get back at some point soon and start having a real role there too. So we were a little concerned about that, losing Jordan Hicks and JOK's situation. But I would say for Browns fans, there's a piece to what's going on right now, because those linebackers are cleaning up everything, the chaos the front's just sort of putting in front of them.
It's our guy Tarv, man.
That's our guy, yeah. Jake, you're our guy too. Thank you so much for the breakdown, buddy. Great talking to you as always. Thanks for your time.
Guys, thanks for having me. Anytime.
All right, there you go. Jake Burns, Browns Film Breakdown on the Twisted Tea Hotline, presented by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, official sponsor of your Cleveland Browns. Keep it twisted, Cleveland. One thought around the league from week 2 coming up next. You'll listen to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland. The Browns High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ohio Cat showcases top matchups, rising stars across Northeast Ohio. Each week, fans vote for the game they want to see. The winning team earns $3,000 in funding plus spotlight coverage on the Browns' social media channels. I mean, it's Massillon St. Ed's this week. I didn't even look at
High school football, Nate. That was my nomination.
I don't know that either one of those need $3,000. Everybody likes $3,000, but like that's a baller.
It's a big game.
That's a big game.
By the way, I think we're in like week 4 or 5.
Week 5. This is week 5.
This
we're
is
halfway
insane.
home. I know. Yeah.
Flies by, Gibbs. Every
does.
time you start.
Holy God.
Yeah, you blink and we'll blink and we'll be at the combine.
Well, I know
That's the way it
Olmsted
works.
Falls got a big one this week.
Who do they got?
Avon. We have.
Defending state champs.
I'm pretty sure Olmsted Falls. It's the one kryptonite in the division every year.
I think Avon.
It's
has
one
played
loss every year.
Avon beat
I hope
Glenville. They've played a really ambitious schedule too. Avon is.
Yeah.
Defending state champs. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Only
two
loss
very
was in
good
Florida.
programs.
Who else did they play, Jake? Other than or Kev? I'm sorry, Kev. Who else did they play other than because they played Glenville and
They went to Florida.
Did
to
they play
a
like
team.
Olentangy Liberty or something? They played like another. I feel like they played.
They
I know
played
Glenville
Ignatius
played
in week
Liberty.
1.
Oh,
And
Glenville played
beat-
Liberty. That's right.
Yeah,
they beat Liberty.
beat the defending Division I state champion Avon. Yeah, they went to Spruce Creek, Florida, I think the name of it was, and they lost just on like the last drive. They had a 52-yard field goal to try to tie it, go to overtime. They couldn't hit it.
They're
It was
just
short.
They're a juggernaut. Avon is just
they
that
beat
good.
they beat the brakes off Ignatius.
Correct.
And then they
in
beat
week 1.
Glenville and they beat North Ridgeville, and then they get Olmsted Falls, Berea Mid Park. Yeah, they're going to be undefeated into the postseason in the state. That's the way that's going to go. All right, one thought. Let's go.
One thought. Week 2 in the
Let's do
National
it.
Football League. We'll go to Thursday night. Way back when.
Wow.
Packers 27, Commies 18. Bo Bishop. One thought.
My one thought on this was I'll take the Packers side. I just think Matt LaFleur is coaching like he's got one. He's just got an edge to him. I just think he knows he's got the answers to the test with this team. There's no real weaknesses to it. Defense was crazy anyway, and then they added Parsons. It reminds me a little bit when they added Reggie White back in the 90s. Already had a really good team. Then you put the best defensive player in football at that time, and Mike is certainly on a short list. He's not really doing everything yet. So, yeah, we had him both. I think both of us had him in the Super Bowl. Still feel pretty good about that.
Zagura.
Tucker Kraft is going to be a household name by the end of this year.
As long as it's not by next Monday.
And then did you know, well, we'll see what he does, but did you know the last time that Josh Jacobs played a game in which he did not score a rushing touchdown was November the 3rd of 2024. He has scored a rushing touchdown now in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 straight games
It's a
for the
problem.
Green Bay Packers.
I did not know that. That's wild.
Yeah. And if you go into if you include the playoffs, it's 11 straight games.
Wow.
You need one
That was a
quarter-
good signing.
All right. So we did one
Very.
thought from last night's games already.
Yep.
You need one quarterback for a game-winning drive. Are you going C.J. Stroud or Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels.
CJ's
you're gonna.
struggling.
We could. There's a short list of people that the answer would be C.J. Stroud in front of right now.
Yeah, it's not good.
Short.
All right. Up next, Sunday's action. Bengals 31, Jags 27. Zagura, one thought.
I'm happy with the way that this ended.
Yes.
Because of we hold their number 1 pick a year ago. But if I was a Jags fan and now that I've gone back and I've seen it, there are 2 things I'd be pissed off about. Number 1, as a fantasy owner, Brian Thomas, he's on my fantasy. What the heck is going on right there?
Yeah, he won't do it. He won't play over the middle.
Like, what is going on right there? And is it even salvageable? It doesn't even feel like it's salvageable, number 1. Number 2, if I was a Jags fan, I would be furious. Did you see the penalty they called on Travis Hunter that enabled Cincinnati to win the game?
I did. Yeah.
That's called perfect coverage.
Yeah.
That's wild. Wild.
Bo Bishop.
On the Bengals side, I just hate that for Burrow. I just hate it. As an NFL fan, I hate it. I know they're in the division, and we hate them when we play them, but he's really fun to watch play quarterback, and their games are fun to watch because of it. I like watching offensive football when it's at its highest peak, and them throwing the ball when everybody's healthy is as good as it gets in the NFL. Mm-hmm. It just sucks. And it's 3 out of 6 seasons that he's going to miss big chunks. So it's a problem.
What do you think they do at quarterback? Are they going to
I
roll
think they're going to
Browning?
roll Jake Browning. I think
They
they're
brought
gonna,
in 4 guys today.
but they're all depth guys.
They signed Mike White to the
Mike
practice
White,
squad.
Brett
Sean
Rippon?
Clifford, Brent Rippon. No, but I think it's
Browning.
they'll roll
See,
with
you
Browning.
might have a chance if the Browns will let you go do it.
Hey, baby.
You could sling it to Jamar.
I could.
Yeah, I think they'll just roll with Browning and look. This is why, in a way, not that they played in a way to justify it, but the 2-0 start gives them a little bit of cushion.
Yeah.
With this, like he basically needs to play 500. From what I was told, they're targeting like the Ravens play in Cincinnati, like December 14th, I want to say. So they go at Baltimore, at Bills, Baltimore, and Cincinnati.
Yep.
That's a 3-game stretch. They're targeting that. They're hopeful that can be when he's returned.
For the stretch or for the third game of the 3-game
for
stretch?
the third game of the stretch.
Got it.
Yeah.
Next up to the NFC East, the Cowboys get their first win of the year. Overtime is what it took to knock off the penalized-ridden New York Football Giants. Cowboys 40, Giants 37. Bo Bishop.
Brandon Aubrey made a 64-yard field goal.
That's right.
That would have been good from 74 with no timeouts after. I mean, the idea that Dallas won this game, and Dallas's offense is going to score on anybody, but their defense is going to give it up on anybody. The fact that Russell Wilson threw a moon ball that Malik Neighbors made one of the all-time catches, and it's an all-timer because the hands on the helmet, all of it, and he hauled it in, and then Dallas was able to get in the. I just thought it's cooked, it's over, and he bombed a 64-yarder, bombed it. Yeah. And would have, like I said, made it from 75. Honestly, it was 10 yards up the goalpost.
I mean, Russ was 30 of 41 for 450 and 3 touchdowns.
That's right.
Lost.
G-Man had 21 penalties. 21.
That's wild. I was always a big Javonte Williams guy.
Yeah, I remember all the way back when he was in Denver. He's dude.
He's thriving.
Young Beamsy is mad at me because I'm like, wait, give it another week because I said keep Amari and Hampton in. Now, he won yesterday, so thank God I don't have to answer for it. But I'm like,
put Javonte
now, Javonte, you can go. You can go Javonte now.
Yep, absolutely.
Up next, guys, to the NFC North Division and maybe the most disappointing team in the NFC, if not the NFL. Chicago Bears are 0-2. Detroit 52. Bears 21. Zagura.
Real quickly, just going back on Aubrey. There was a big discussion on Good Morning Football the next day whether or not he should have like his own walk-up music before he kicks. And I just thought maybe he does. He's that good, but
yeah. Why don't
just let it be.
Just don't talk about it. It's like a no-hitter. Don't
talk about it. I want to know what Dan Campbell said into Ben Johnson's ear on their handshake. This felt personal. They run up. I couldn't believe it. Of course, I was playing against Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Do you think it was personal because
they're throwing touchdowns?
Because he went to Chicago?
I don't know why it would be. I mean, you wouldn't begrudge him that.
Because he stayed 2 years longer than he needed to go to like what he perceived the perfect situation.
Something fractured. But I mean, when you're throwing touchdown passes up 45-21 with 3 minutes and 47 seconds to go to Amon-Ra St. Brown from Jared Goff, that is you're
burying him.
You're sending a message.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is I'll do the other side of it. We were all at the Combine 2 years ago when it was Caleb Williams without a shadow of doubt.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? It can't. They should have went to Ben Johnson or somebody like that his rookie year, obviously. But they fixed. He's lost. They have way too many weapons to struggle like this offensively.
They don't even
way
use
too
them.
many.
Rome Odunze's a dude, though.
He is. Well, he was a dude at Washington. You knew that he would be. But then, like, they can't. Moore's not going. I don't know. It's their talent doesn't equal the sum of their parts.
Not right now. Sometimes, though, new offense, if they're still bad offensively, by week 8, I would be very, very concerned.
Dude, they have 2 division losses.
Yeah, they're not going to the playoffs.
They're cooked.
They're not going to the playoffs, but their goal is they've got a good young nucleus is to get themselves in a position.
Next up, Los
I see.
Angeles,
Now I'm looking at your
Rams
picks. Like, why is Bo so mad at Chicago?
Are 2-0. They take down the Tennessee Titans, 33-19. Bo Bishop, one thought.
Well, Rams are really good. So Titans are going to be really bad, but here's the fun thing about Cam Ward. There's a throw that he makes in that game where he's rolling way right and throws it what appears to be about 45-50 yards back left. It only covers about 12-15 yards in terms of
Dude, it's
yardage,
unbelievable.
but it's like a 50-yard throw the other way that he drops in a bucket on a receiver running away from him. You're going to be bad, but it's going to be fun.
By the way,
And
if
that's what
that
the
throw
hope-
wasn't perfect. That's a pick six. Easy.
Of course, it's a punt. It's a punt return if not. But he's fun, and the arm talent speaks for itself.
Stafford with Devontae and Puka is fun.
Yep.
I like it.
Next up to the AFC East. Patriots get on the board. Their first win of the year. They take out the Dolphins. A little bit better effort from Miami. 33-27. Zagura, one thought.
Tua played very well in this game. They got Tyreek Hill going. That was his first big chunk play in a long time. But there are 2 throws in the fourth quarter he's going to want back. He missed Tyreek from their own 42. It would have been a touchdown. Missed him completely, and then ends up throwing an interception that was not a great throw as well, and that kind of sealed the game for them. That was a surprise. The other thing is, boy, who did Travion Henderson upset there? Why is he not playing? It's Ramondre Stevenson. Sometimes I'm like, why do you draft these people if you don't want to play them?
Yeah, and he's one of the quickest studies. He's one of the best pass pro backs to come out of college football in the last decade, so I'd be shocked if it's that. Yeah, I don't know. And he's the best dude. Like, there's no negatives. My one thing from this was I was happy for Braves. It was really cool to see him running next to Gibson as he returned because they go – it went that way.
Punt
and then
return
it went
touchdown.
Kick return the other way,
touchdown,
and like Braves is sprinting. I'm like, good for Braves, man. That's cool.
Stephon Diggs was pointing out how slow he was.
Mike McDaniel. Woof.
He'll be he's going to be
countdown.
the first guy gone, yeah.
Next up, the Pukers go down. Seattle is in last place in the NFC West at 1-1. They beat the Steelers 31-17. Bo Bishop, one thought.
Seattle's pretty good. This is a really competitive game. It flipped on the Caleb Johnson miscue, which is, if it's on him, my hunch is it's on him. I'm guessing, as a parent of a 13-year-old, my guess is that the special teams coach, who's a legend there, explained all the rules, and maybe you weren't paying attention all the way. And I saw Tomlin today say, for the time being, he's out of that world, which makes sense because it really cost him. They were down. It was 17-14 game when that happened. But Seattle's good, and Jackson Smith-Njigba,
he's a stud.
I didn't
Buckeye
know what
receivers.
Sam Darnold was going to be.
He's
was
all right.
he a flash in the pan?
No,
he's all right.
No, he's all right. And JSN's a dude.
Zagura.
Aaron Rodgers has a unique way of making it seem like it's not a big deal when he just publicly crushes somebody, and he did it on Calvin Austin.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's tough to watch, tough to read. And, it was an interception down there. He said that kind of changed the game, but at this point, yes, he's Aaron Rodgers, but this is a young guy. They're playing Calvin Austin's their number 2 receiver right now. He's playing 92% of the snaps. Like, talk about that. Why is that public? It just doesn't seem good. And the flip side is this is a defense now that gave up a ton of points to a Jets team that looked incapable of playing offense against the Buffalo Bills this week, and a Seahawks team that was not great offensively against the 49ers in week 1. So I wonder if that defense there is.
TJ Watt through 2 games has 5 tackles and nothing else.
Their run defense is an abomination.
Next, 49ers 26, Saints 21. Here comes Mac Jones. Segura, one thought.
Shameful not to cover. Just shameful.
Mac Jones. Let me tell you something. My dad was pretty pumped about what he saw from Mac Jones. 26 of 39, 279, 3 touchdowns. Singing the praises. He's singing the praises of Kyle right now.
There's no question that Mac Jones checks every box.
Oh, he loves
every box.
Big, yeah. He especially likes it when he throws it to Ricky Pearsall. So, yeah, please. Niners, weird again. They kind of let him hang around. Spencer Rattler, it's nice to see that, he threw 3 touchdowns. Kamara was solid. They're doing exactly what they need to do. They're looking good enough that you're like, oh, okay, but they're not in danger of winning or being good.
Yeah.
The Saints.
Niners,
I think, might be real again.
Yeah, and I was happy. I don't have any vested interest in Mac Jones, but he was thrown to the scrap heap pretty quick and looked wildly incompetent in Jacksonville and seemed lost. And it's, that goes back to the combine. Kyle liked him in the process.
By the way, we got that one.
Yeah, we did.
It was 3.5. Yes.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I thought it was 5.
Which was an odd.
Yeah, that was.
It was a terrifying number
at
the time.
Yeah.
Up next, I'll crown them through 2 weeks the best team in the NFL. The Bills, 30. Jets, 10. Bo Bishop, one thought.
I still think it's the Packers, but I think the Bills are the best team in the AFC. Gibbe for sure. Buffalo's a buzzsaw. What is a score number that would make you take Miami? It is currently 12.5. It's 12.5.
Thursday night.
I know.
Thursday
it's 12.5, though. 12.5. 99% of the public is with Buffalo at 12.5. What would make the public not go Buffalo?
Thursday.
21.5? Like, what's the number? It's crazy. You're right, though. They're a buzzsaw.
Segura.
How does Justin Fields go 3 of 11 for 27
He was
yards
concussed.
after the game that he had? Early in it?
Yeah.
He's in protocol.
Yeah, he's in protocol.
I mean, that was just
Tyrod came in.
Tyrod came in.
Yeah.
Here's
got
the other
concussed.
thing. Josh Allen's 14 of 25 for 148 yards, runs for 59. They win 30-10. James Cook, touchdown machine last year. He's off to a good start again. And how about our old pal Elijah Moore? 1 catch for 31 yards, and he runs one in.
There you go.
Gets to give him a carry and gets in the end zone.
Next, Colts 29, Broncos 28. Colts are 2-0 with Danny Dimes. Nathan, one thought.
First of all, has there been anything out of the league like, yeah, actually, no, that wasn't leverage. We shouldn't have called that.
It was, dude, I was watching it. I'm not kidding you. It was like 7 out of 8 plays with a flag in the last minute and a half of that game.
Nobody wants that. It's too much. Danny Dimes is playing good football. You got to give him credit for that. This is a game that Denver should not have lost. They did. I think Denver's going to be just fine. This is another one of the interesting. R.J. Harvey, they draft his running backs early, and they're like, yeah, you're not even playing.
Right.
We're going to go ahead and go with J.K. Dobbins. But huge win for the Colts. The Colts are for real, I believe.
Especially in that division.
They are absolutely for real in that division. Right now, I would say they are not just favorite, they are the prohibitive favorites, in my opinion, in that division. I don't like seeing a game lost on whatever that call was.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right. Broncos should have won that one. Would have been great for the scores as well. That's just ridiculous. And we got to at some point have some sense of, yes, there's the letter of the rule. You can't break that. But understand, like, did it have anything to do with what happened?
Nothing. No.
Bishop, real quick.
Good for Danny Dimes. He's bounced around, and he's playing really well there.
Something there.
Yeah, he was a Pro Bowler a few years ago with the Giants. Good for him.
And Steichen.
Rapid fire
coaching.
time.
Yep.
Cardinals 27, Panthers 22. Zagura, one thought only.
Disgusting second half performance by the Cardinals.
Yeah, they fell asleep. It was 27-9. They fell asleep.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It wasn't as close as that would lead you to believe.
No, not even
Eagles
remotely.
20, Chiefs 17.
I know it's everyone's hammering the Chiefs right now. If Kelsey catches the pass, they probably win the game. They've played the Chargers and the Eagles. They're without their top 2 receivers. They were in this game to the very end. Philly got nothing offensively, and they won. So I don't think it's quite as bad as the sky falling in Kansas City as 0-2 would lead you to believe.
Agreed. Real quick, guess the stats. Who has more passing touchdowns this year, Jalen Hurts or Gibbe?
Same.
Nothing.
Because I have
0.
Hurts in fantasy.
Hey, big shock. You have a big player that's not doing anything in fantasy. You are the fantasy curse. Sunday night foosball. Falcons, not gutless, not pretty. 22, Vikings 6.
Atlanta's gone. We could have sealed that up and won that game, and we did not, and it's probably going to end up costing them the division, and we'll see where they fall in the wild card. But that's a fun team. Penix is fun to watch. Bijan's fun to watch. Algier was the guy we were talking about. Why you draft a running back?
Yep.
That guy, he can absolutely run it. Pitts is looking better. They've got Drake London. They're kind of a fun team to watch. I like when the Falcons are good. On the
Good for them, by the way, on Penix. Like they believed in him. He was there. They just
He was their guy.
Cousins, but they said we love him. We don't know if we'll ever get this chance again, and they just took him.
Yeah.
It didn't make any damn sense at the time, but they took him, and it's paid off. He's good. He's really good. I
and
like
then
him.
I think in Minnesota, you better hope Carson Wentz can get the ball to Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson before they riot.
I think JJ it's been rough.
Yes.
It's been really rough. So much more to come. Cleveland Browns Daily, 850 ESPN Cleveland. Join Z and Gerard Thursday, 7 to 8. Kevin Stefanski's go live from West Park Station, Cleveland's Cam's Corners neighborhood. Stop by, meet Browns tackle DeJuan Jones. Register to win autographed Browns merch and compliments of our friends at Bud Light. Robert Redford passed today at the age of 89. Favorite Redford movie?
He's a total icon, natural. I mean,
that movie is a tough watch, dude.
Is it? I just remember. I remember
we
when
watched
he
it
hit
as a
the
kid.
home
We
run.
had to watch it as a kid.
Yeah.
There is a murder-suicide. There's an attempted murder-suicide at the end.
Oh, boy.
Of that movie. He gets shot. She shoots him in the gut when he hits the home run.
The what sets off the fireworks?
Yes. With Wonder Boy.
Young Nathan.
Because we
doesn't
had to
remember
watch
that.
it when we were
Yeah.
kids. Our parents you got to watch it.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough.
It's not a great
It's
watch.
tough. But yeah, we all had to watch that.
What's your favorite Redford movie?
I mean,
The
again,
Sting.
this is where I've got the Sting a lot today. Where I grew up, it was Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That was it.
Didn't
And
he
the
live-
Sting is
didn't-
basically a sequel to that, sort of. I mean, the two of them are in that too. Yeah, Butch and Sundance. That was it. And then when's
the last time you watched a
1
Redford
minute.
movie?
So the one that he's not actually in it. He voiceovers it, and it's special because of where I grew up. As a river runs through it.
Or runs through it, sure.
With Pitt, that's it. And he was great in Spy Game with Pitt. That was a fun one. I think he did The Devil's Own with Pitt. I was thinking though, probably one of those guys. He founded the Sundance Film Festival. Probably I don't know if we'll have any more of those guys who were like this. The only time we ever saw him was on the big screen.
30.
Yeah.
No
30.
social media, none of that. He was just on the big screen, almost untouchable.
Ooh, All the President's Men.
Oh, that's iconic too. Yeah, he's got a lot. It's a hell of a resume to say the least.
Yeah.
All right, we are back tomorrow. Thanks for listening, everybody. Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly, as always, on 850 ESPN Cleveland.